Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to day 2 of the Summer Camp Success Challenge. Today, we're going to be going primarily over marketing, how to actually put butts in the seats and get kids into your camp. We're also going to talk about tuition and how we calculate all that and how we actually study our market. So let's get right into doing marketing. So let me set this up a different way everybody can see. So when we're doing marketing, the way I look at marketing is I don't want to find one way to get 100 students. I want 100 ways to get one student. And one of those is going to pick up and it's going to fire and it's going to work. And so we're going to give you some different methods today, things we use, and how we fill our summer camps fast, how we have waiting lists, and really kind of makes us a premium spot to go to in the community. So one thing is that if you probably have already figured this out, but I just want to reiterate it, is that video marketing is what's happening. Whether you're in, I wouldn't necessarily use in our market dealing with kids, getting into, TikTok reel. I mean, TikTok, it's a neat platform. We get a ton of hits on when we put things up. We'll put up one video of just somebody kicking something or the ladies working out and it gets 1,000+ hits. But most of our parents are not on TikTok that actually buy from us. The other place we go to is IG Reels, Facebook, things of that nature. So let's look at some statistics that have happened since the pandemic. Is one, streaming and video services are up by over 30%. I think it's probably more like 50, 60%, but this is what the statistics are showing. Companies will have to produce engaging content to keep potential customers engaged. And there's even YouTube has gone and switched some of their format up to make it to where your video ads are only 30 seconds long. If you're not getting them engaged with that 30 seconds, YouTube knows you're not gonna keep them, and so they don't want to have somebody stay on there for a minute. So the content has to be engaging. So I'm going to share with some videos with you guys in just a few minutes on videos we use and how we do that, so that you guys can get some examples to use and what to work. Live video is a must. You must be shooting live video every day. Right now, Facebook is currently the largest organic reach for live video. However, it is changing. YouTube is starting to change the rules. Used to be the only way you could do streaming live video for YouTube is if you had so many followers. And we actually are streaming live through YouTube right now. And that particular channel only has like 5 followers. So there's ways to do it and there's ways to get around it that you can actually do that. As you know, Google owns YouTube. Google is the #1 search engine in the world, and guess who's #2? YouTube is. So make sure that you're doing all of your platform stuff and you're recording. And even if you're going live, take that video off and move it over to YouTube and then stream it back through. That way it's all looping back around. And I'm actually going to teach you guys really simple things to do with video now. We have big rigs. I mean, I've got big cameras with multiple tripod systems and lighting systems and all kinds of stuff. And with the newer stuff now, you can actually do things right on your iPhone or your Android and get just great quality. The new iPhone 13, and we've got both of them, the S21, the S22 came out, but I'm pretty sure it has the same camera system. But the iPhone 13 and the S21 have great cameras. You can do a lighting real quick, and I'll show you some lavalier mics that we're using now that don't require a pack. And for us doing jiu-jitsu, rolling with a pack on is really, really difficult. So we're going to teach you how to do some stuff with YouTube and with Facebook on your marketing, and then get your organic stuff going and how to get your parents to like it and really kind of build that setup. And how you want to post. When you're posting things, you definitely want to post them on your company page, your academy page, but you want to post them through your personal page, because in the community, that's where people are typically coming to you first, is through your personal connection. So make sure that you're posting your stuff in your personal page and then move it over to your business pages as well, because that way the people that are connected to you locally will see that. If they're not following your business page, they may see it eventually, but when they're following you personally and you guys have liked each other, then it's going to show up as well. On the YouTube setup, on the 30-second videos for YouTube ads, make sure that you're doing your branding in the first 6 seconds. The way that YouTube has done that is they won't let you click off of it for the first 6 seconds, but once they get past 6 seconds, they can click off. Now, if they don't click on the video at all or they leave it, then you're not charged for that ad, which is kind of a neat feature, but you only have 30 seconds. So your branding on that 30 seconds has to be really spot on. My concept of marketing, if you've ever watched the movie Shrek, my concept of marketing is like the donkey in Shrek. Pick me, pick me. You have to constantly be putting yourself in a situation where there's an acronym called TOMA. It stands for top of mind awareness. You probably have all heard about the fact you need to be seen in some form or fashion about 7 times before someone makes a choice to use your company. Now, that is an average of 7 times. It may mean 1 for one customer. It may mean 14 for another. So you just need to understand that you have to constantly be putting yourself out there. You want it so much that your people in the community are like, man, every time I'm on Facebook, your company's popping up in front of me with some cool video or activities that kids are doing and things of that nature. And, one of my customers asked me yesterday, he's starting a summer camp for the first time this summer. He said, can I take some of my kids and can we stage a video? Absolutely. You can outline the video, how you want to do it, like a video production would be done, especially for like after school. Take them over to a school, pretend like they're getting on, have the kids smiling and really having a great time, and show them driving away, and then show a video of them showing up at your academy. If you're just starting one out, you don't have to wait until you get one going before you can do some staged video. That's what any company would do as it is when they're launching a brand new product. So do that. Set those videos up. Give them a visualization of what it's going to be like for their kids to be in your program and how great it's going to be. Another thing that I would do is, you can, on the video, I would definitely record in landscape, but for IG and for TikTok, you're going to need to be in portrait. So there's actually video, what's the word I want to use? There's editing video stuff right on the phones now that you can film it in landscape, crop it down, and then post it on IG. And the great thing about IG is it'll do all of your closed caption for you, and it does it in a neat font and moves it around, so it keeps the video format engaging. So just do that. The other thing I would recommend is shorter videos rather than shooting longer videos, but then cropping them down into segments where you can use them at. You can transcribe your videos, which I highly recommend, and then make sure that your transcription is in the description on your YouTube, as well as inside of the video itself. Also, make sure that your URL is inside the description as well. Basically, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Snapchat and LinkedIn all use a 3-stage funnel system for their ads, which allows you to boost or super boost things, and also make sure you get your pixels loaded up so that it's tracking on it, especially with all of the new rules especially with the iPhone setups for their security side. So you just want to make sure that you're doing everything, and as the technology changes, and it's constantly changing all the time, just make sure you do that. For YouTube Shorts, IG Reels, and TikToks, you want to shoot shorter videos. YouTube is the place to go if you want to learn how to do something. It's the DIY network is what I call it. If you want, heck, I've changed out window motors in my car. I'm not a mechanic, but I can go to YouTube, pull up how to change a window motor out, and do it, and boom, it's done. It takes me probably a little longer than a regular mechanic does, but if you want to do it yourself, you can. It's the same thing for anything else you're doing. So that's where you want to go. Marketing for camps, like I told you earlier, my concept about marketing is like the donkey on Shrek. So record evergreen videos. So try not to time stamp your videos so that you can use them again in the future. So if I'm running things saying, oh, summer camp 2019, then I can't use it again in the future. And there's some things that we do if we're doing our theme of the month, our theme of the summer, things of that nature. They're time stamped, but for the most part, I try to keep everything really evergreen so I can constantly use those videos. I can break them up. I can use things from a couple of years ago, crop it, move it around, just so I'm keeping the videos fresh and they're not the same thing people are seeing all the time. Make sure your marketing team is retargeting your ads. You're going to get like-minded like audiences inside of Facebook, and you can use those and pull them back around to actually get people in the seats. So one thing you want to do is that You want to find out how many total weeks of summer camp you want to sell. For me this year, it's 1,600 weeks. That'll put us right at about $500,000 for the summertime in our camp, for the size camp we have. But one thing I do is I then break that down on this is the number of weeks we have. And then I go to my sales team and say, hey, you have to sell, X amount of weeks, let's just say 20 weeks a day to meet that 1,600 week goal. And so we started that back a month ago. And I think the daily goal was like 15. So we're more on pace than that. We're actually beyond last year's numbers already. So we'll sell out pretty soon, and we want to make sure that we're doing that and getting our waiting list built, because plans are going to change during summer. And that's one thing you need to understand. Don't just think because I've signed somebody for summer, they're not going to change their plans. They may change their plans. So you want to have your waiting list built so that if somebody's coming off, you can immediately put somebody back in that spot and get them going. And so I've got a couple of videos I'm going to share with you, and this is things that we do every year. And then I think it'll help you guys give it an understanding of what to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to actually add this one back on. So
Lion Cronkite here, right outside the Peak Performance Training Center in Cedar Park. We're going to see if we can get an exclusive. Here's some music playing. We're going to see if we can get an exclusive with Master Gary Shield. Come on, follow me. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Look. Hey, Master Gary Shield, Master Gary Shield.
Hey, Mr. Cronkite, I'm a fan of your...
Whoa, just for you saying you're a fan? Oh my goodness.
Man.
As I said, I'm Lion Cronkite. Can you please, I drove 4 hours to get here. Is there any way you can give us an exclusive on your incredible summer camp that you have every year? Come on.
I can't, I'm not ready yet. You know what?
Come on, yes.
Since you drove all this way...
Yeah. Come, what is this? What?
It's our new summer camp theme this year.
What?
Summer's so bright, you gotta wear shades.
Come on, guys, what?
It's a great time. So, I'll tell you what, I can't give you everything.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit. So, this year we have amazing field trips for all of our kids.
You gonna tell us anything about the field trips?
Not just yet, but I'll tell you what. You know what? We have a music video we're recording.
What?
I'll give you guys the exclusive.
Shake.
But you're gonna have to wait till next week.
No.
Yep. And I can't tell you where it's gonna be revealed at, but I'll let you know.
Okay.
And then you guys can come back, we'll do the video. We'll have a really great time, because remember, a summer so bright, you gotta wear shades.
What? What? Lion Cronkite here with the exclusive at Peak Performance Training. Thank you, Master Gary Shield. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Back to you, Tiger, in the studio.
So one thing we did is you notice that I didn't give them everything right off the bat. I wanted to make them come back for another video, keep them engaged. So this was the second video right behind them. So I'm going to take this one off and put this next one up. This is the one we did where we're now doing the reveal.
For PNN, we are waiting on Mr. Cronkite to show up so we can do our exclusive interview and do our music video release of our Summer So Bright You Gotta Wear Shades summer camp theme. So hopefully he'll be here in just a minute, and we'll have a great interview and show everything we're gonna do this summer. Oh, here he is. Oh, Mr. Cronkite.
Michelle, I am here for my exclusive interview.
Well, thank you for showing up.
Yes, so I got everything ready. Look, I mean, I'm so excited, but here's the thing. I want to do the camp too.
What? I'd love for you to do camp, but I don't have an adult camp.
I'm more middle-aged.
But you're still an adult. But I love the fact that you have the Summer So Bright You Gotta Wear Shades floaty. That's awesome, dude. That's so amazing.
I'm ready to go. So are we going to get a chance to look at that video?
We're going to look at it right now. You ready to look at the video?
Let's go!
All right, guys, we're going to look at the video right now.
Woo!
Yeah!
So that just kind of gives you an idea about what the video release we did for the theme of the year. Now, the other videos we shot were really short ones, but what we did is I did this one. Let me kind of pause and give you a context. So on this one, what I did is I had the kids wear camp shirts from other camps that they had been to, and then wear them, and then we put them in where they could be seen. So it gave the perception that they were coming to our camp from the old camp. They wanted to get into our camp. So this one wasn't very long, but it was one that we posted up, had a lot of hits. We had like the Secret Service people standing in the back with sunglasses on. So that just kind of gives you an idea about how we're doing that setup. These are the videos that we've shot for this year. And then one thing I'm going to show you is that I'll actually show you our actual landing page. Let me get it queued up for you. And then I'm going to do that real fast. So let me start off with doing, I believe it's this one. This is our full promo video that we have. In-stream, let me remove that off of the on the other one. I believe it's this.
The answer. We provide exciting.
Yep, this is the one. I do a voiceover at the very beginning.
Hey parents,
the whole thing.
This is Master Shield with Peak Performance Summer Camp. We're on a mission to build happy, healthy kids this summer, and we have the answer. We provide exciting sport, games, and team building activities. We provide 3 camps: Camp Adventure, kindergarten through 3rd grade; Camp Insanity, 4th through 7th; and Teen Extreme, 7th through 12th grades. Our camp's designed to provide a great balance between indoor and outdoor activities.
Our campers take amazing field trips to amazing destinations like trampoline parks, petting zoos, bowling, putt-putt golf, laser tag, top golf, and we swim 2 days a week.
Other field trips include Reunion Ranch and so many more. We even provide lunch on Fridays. Our full-time campers train in one of our professional skills programs. They will learn effective self-defense, improve their focus, discipline, respect, courtesy, and balance. Secure your spot today for just $50. Call 512-918-8921 or click on the link below.
Now that's the ad that we use, whether it's on Facebook or different platforms, to drive them. Once we get them to click, it'll actually put them into our, hang on just 2 seconds. Let me get this. I want to share a screen with you guys. This is our landing page that we have. And on the landing page, it'll go through the different descriptions and stuff. It'll have all 3 camps. We have 3 camps. It'll actually have kindergarten through 3rd as our Camp Adventure. There's Camp Insanity, 4th through 7th. And then our Teen Extreme camp is 7th through 12th. Now notice 2 things that I have here. One is I have our after school for next year is also there. And we're still enrolling for spring break camp for us, starts next week. But I have some of my coaching clients, they don't have spring break for 2 more weeks. So the thing is that if we can get them here, get them into our facility during spring break, the likelihood of them being here for summer camp increases dramatically. My goal this year was 50 non-peak students being at our spring break camp, and we're already over that number. And if we can get to, 100, that's an extra $25,000 that we get to have in revenue during March. And it also, we give them an incentive for signing up. We give them a free month of martial arts lessons in May if they come to spring break camp. And then also they get right into summer camp as well. So let me go ahead and remove that part, or did I just add on to the stream there? Oh, let me do this okay, real fast. We'll cover that here in a second. So let's go ahead and stop the screen share. And then we're going to go to, we provide on each of those where that summer camp page was at, there's actual videos. When I click on the camp, we're going to go to the landing page. We're going to have their own video that's important. I'm not recommending you just start to check out. Go ahead and start uploading. We've done this for over years. Make sure we get to we can use these videos. They're not very long. They're only about 30 seconds, and we can use them for our YouTube ads as well to drive traffic to where it's at. We have one for Insanity. We also have one for our Teen Extreme group. And our Teen Extreme group has really grown. One thing I love about the Teen Extreme group is that, one, it's $400 a week. And if we put 20 kids in that program, you know, it's $8,000 a week, compared to if you're running 20 kids a week in a $200 a week camp, it's only $4,000 a week. So you get double the bang for your buck. And teens, for the most part, they're a little bit more self-sufficient than the younger ones are, and especially post-pandemic. A lot of these kids can't tie their shoes, those kind of things. And that's not to warn you off of having a camp. I'm just giving you an insight about what's coming up. So even if you can talk with the parents ahead of time about not sending them with, you know, laced shoes, just to make it a lot easier. Now, one thing we do to make sure that we are promoting our camps and the field trips is to do co-videos with our field trip vendors. And so we'll actually go out I'm just going to give you one sample of this. We actually go out to our field trip vendors and we shoot a video, and we ask them to post it on their social media setup with our links. And then we post it, and we'll have links to them in case a parent wants to go there, but they don't need camp. So it's a double promotion for both of us. They have their followers, we have our followers, and we're just cross branding on our followers, and it helps everybody. So one thing I'll tell you is that do this with every field trip vendor you have. Yes, it's time consuming, but one thing you'll learn is that the parents will pick a week of camp based upon that field trip. So, and list all those field trips and do all that stuff. So make sure and put all that stuff up. It'll really help that. So I'll let you watch this video, and I'll teach you something that we learned after we shot this video, and the technology that has increased over the past 2 years.
This is another one of our summer camp field trips. This year we're taking the kids to monster golf and laser tag. So we're going to take a look inside, do a little putt-putt golf, have a little fun, and show you guys around. Come on in. Okay, parents, so we're now inside, and we're going to work on walking through the place, showing you guys around. They have a big arcade. And then we're going to go over to the putt-putt golf course and show you guys around. Let's go this way. So this is hole number 8, and if you look behind me, you'll see the DJ booth and, of course, the skeleton DJ on the top. And we're going to play one little quick hole and show you guys the glow-in-the-dark portion. Let me get set up. Also, take a quick look behind me and look at the artwork on the wall. And what's so neat about that is all of this was hand-painted. None of it was done by doing printing and just sticking it on the walls. It's pretty neat. So let's take a quick shot. Okay, well, I didn't get it on the first try, but that's okay.
If you notice there that I have the URL for Summer Camp 19, and we don't do that anymore.
Laser tag.
We don't,
so we're going to take a quick view inside and let you guys see what it's like. We're going to head over to the vest and gun area. And like most places, you'll see the guns. They have the red team and the blue team over here. And then we're going to take a quick view inside and look at the course real quick, just give you a little quick glance. But if you want to come to this laser tag, you got to be here for summer camp. Okay, guys, we're inside the laser tag area. You can see that it's all glow in the dark. It all lights up, and it's pretty cool looking inside of here. So we're going to take a quick walk around, show you guys a little bit of the video. And then again, if you want to come to this camp and do this field trip, just sign up at the website.
So that'll give you an idea of what we're doing on promo videos for that setup. Now, if you notice, the audio in that was not the greatest. We were using a boom mic, but with everything going on outside, it was not working the way we wanted. So this, over the past 2 years, especially when we did everything virtual for a short period of time for classes, even though our students never really left the academy, we did do virtual classes for some of our families that were a bit nervous. One thing we learned is that, and we went through quite a bit of a technology setup One of my customers is actually the sound guy for a lot of the top musicians in the world. He does Jay-Z's concert, Beyonce, Moody Blues. I mean, all different kinds of genres. But having that expertise in the building, you know, we went through a lot of iterations on where things are at. The greatest thing we found was, and I'll share the screen with you guys, is these. And what worked really well was that, I'm just going to put this up by itself. This plugs right into your iPhone or your Android. Let me get a better picture of it. And so the piece on the right actually goes into the bottom of the phone, and this will just go like a lavalier mic. And so it's really neat because you can do things at a distance without having to have a mic pack on. For us doing martial arts and jiu-jitsu, we're grappling, we're on the ground. I can't tell you how many mic packs we broke with the battery packs that actually has the sending unit in off the lapel mic. And so we broke those, you know, rolling around, and they break or they pop off, and batteries would pop out, and then all the transmission went in. The great thing about these is that you don't have that problem. And so they can be used for live streaming, and it's fast. With the phones, you know, a lot of times you have to, with video cameras, let me get back up because there we go. With video cameras, you have to put on an SD card unless you've got it live, you know, hot wired into a hard drive, but then you still got to hook that up to the computer and then download that and then start editing. With the phones, you know, as long as you don't need, you can still do some cropping and some editing in there as well. But, you know, a lot of times on the phones, you can get it done fast. I can post right on Facebook and my other social media channels without having to go through all these steps to get it where it's at. And those microphones, they're good. I mean, they'll pick up, you know, you can be 60 feet away and you're still getting great sound. And for us, when we're shooting big stuff, it makes a difference on where that's at. So and they're not very expensive. That set I looked at, we think we have like 4 or 5 sets of those. So we can shoot on multiple phones at one time. Or if we're live streaming, I can live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and another platform all at the same time. And they're all recording their own stuff. You can put on multiple mics and just run. The mics will actually pick up from a distance as well. So they don't necessarily have to be right near your body. And so it's a cool little tool on what you can do to get that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the stream because there's a couple things that I want to go over. This is another thing that we use on marketing. So one thing we have set up inside of our academy for our summer camp is we have, and for all of our programs, not just summer camp, but for all of our programs, we have a referral program. And so we made up these cards. They're 8.5 by 3.5 inch cards, full color, glossy stock. And if you'll notice on the left one, on the bottom right of that left picture, there is a field for a name to be put in. And so what we do is we hand these out. You can buy like 10,000 of these for like $250, it may be $300 now. And I made them evergreen so that they're never going to go out of style, and they're constantly being used. So we hand these out to our parents, they hand them to their friends, and they get a referral for let me go ahead and blow this up for you. And they get a referral fee for every single person that signs up for summer camps. We give $10 a week for every paid week of camp. But if you're referring, you know, multiple people and they're doing multiple weeks, that can add up. So if you had 5 people take 5 weeks, you know, that's $250 going towards camp. That's a free week of camp on our camp adventure. And so we really encourage the parents to do that for us because it'll really help them in that situation of, you know, offsetting some of their camp cost. The other thing we do is we use a system called Peach Jar. And so in that setup, you know, in the old days, we would have to print up flyers for every single elementary school, and we'd have to collate them and get them ready for that school. And then I would actually I had these big paper clips that I would paper clip them all together because we'd be dropping off flyers to 15, 20 campuses. And you'd have to drive them around to every campus, make sure they got in the right rooms. They would go out what was called the Wednesday folder. And so the one thing you have to do is, and we'll talk about this probably tomorrow or the day after, is about you have to be a nonprofit entity to be able to do that, which we have a nonprofit entity set up. So we would print these flyers up, take them out and hand them out to each of the schools. And that's time consuming as all get out. Well, there's a new flyer system. Not all the schools are using it yet. Luckily enough, all the schools in my area are that are around me, and it's called Peach Jar. It's an electronic flyer distribution setup, and it allows you to do a 4-page flyer compared to just a 2-page front and back. And then you can put all kinds of information on there. And so we send out a flyer every month. I prepay my credits for the year in advance. So at every school that we send out to, it may be $20. But when you look at the return on investment, one, it's an email that's going out to the students and it's coming from the school. And that's a big difference from just doing regular email marketing. And everybody's thinking like email marketing, the open rates are stupid low. But when it's coming from the school, it has a different setup because the parents are thinking, oh, the school's sending me something. Let me go ahead and open it. Our click-through rates are incredibly good on Peach Jar. I love it to death, and it allows us to do a lot of things with it. One thing that's come back since the pandemic has been in are QR codes, and we've started using them again. One, it allows them to, if they're right on their computer, they can put up their phone, capture the QR code, and they're up, and they're rocking and rolling right to our videos, right to our web pages. They're not having to type anything in. And most videos today are opened on people's phones. They're not opened up on the computer. And so it's one of those things you need to understand that setup. The other thing that we do is that when you look at, if I'm sending out, like we just dropped a Peach Jar flyer. It's going to 70 schools. And that means about 50,000 emails are going out. And our phones ring off the hook. And inside, when you set it up, you can have a URL as well as a phone number. So you get 2 different ways people can do this. Somebody wants to call you, they can call you. If they want to click through, but I also put the QR codes because I'll put up 4 different programs on the flyer. I put up our summer camp. Our spring break camp will be on this one because spring break starts for us next week. I want to get those last minute signups. We have our after school program. And then I also do some kind of fundraiser we either do for the PTA or the Education Foundation, our school district, so that we can get those flyers sent out through them, and they'll send them out. You just design it. The school will, anytime you're doing a fundraiser with a school, they'll send it out for you. You don't even have to pay to have it sent out yourself. A little nugget there for you. And if you buy your credits up front, it's about $20 a school. So I spent $1,400, but we'll get probably 20, 30 signups out of that in multiple programs. So it more than pays for itself in that setup. All right, let's go to the next slide. So this is what our Peach Jar flyers look like. I try to make them colorful and inviting and give lots of information, lots of pictures. So that, and pictures, and this is going to sound really crazy, but different sexes, different children of different ethnicity. You don't want to just have one setup. Do it in different backgrounds, different settings. Do field trips. If you have a professional skills program like martial arts or dance, cheer, gymnastics, whatever, show that they're doing that too, because we include that with the program. And we've talked about, just to recap, is that, one, Red Evergreen ads. Make sure you're under ads for summer camp. Our Facebook lead cost for summer camp is under $10 a lead, which is good. And our Peach Jar ad cost is actually a little bit less than that by the time that you look at all the things that we do. Make sure that you have a dedicated salesperson following up on every single one of these leads. We do not want to let anything get biased, and make sure that they're also coaching them on the fact that, because we let them sign up for just the weeks they need. But our salespeople know that, hey, please understand, I know you're probably thinking, I'm going to sign up for this week, see if my child likes it, and then I'm going to sign up for other weeks. Well, what's going to happen is you're going to come in and we're going to be full. We're going to be done, booked, sold out. And in a lot of areas in the country where they didn't have camps the last 2 years, those camps are already sold out because you had camps that were going out of business. You only have so many camps. And so parents were fighting for spots through January and February, and they're sold out. In our other areas of the country, like we're at, where Texas, we never shut down. Our camps are accelerated, meaning that we're already we're already near being sold out, but we're way ahead of where we were at in 2020. Again, the same issue. Camps are closed. Companies went out of business. We just had one of our competitors go out of business last week. In fact, we're looking at going buying their building. But the thing is that I need to understand is that camps are going out of business because they could not sustain 2 years of not being able to run their camps, at the capacity that they're looking at running at. This is a grand opportunity for you to step in and fill that void and capture that market share. And if you don't do things now, you're going to be behind the 8 ball. Use video ads, and they pull better than static ads. But if you don't have any video, then use static. Use something, get it up. So let's talk about, I'm going to finish out the day talking about tuition for camps. One, I want you to mystery shop your competitors, because one, you need to know what their true costs of their camp are. We use an all-inclusive system, which I highly recommend for a few different reasons. One, all-inclusive allows you to charge more, and the perception with the parents is that they're getting their value because of the field trips that you're doing, and the either the professional skills instruction you're doing and having the kids all day long. The perception is that it's worth that, even though for you, you're buying your field trips at wholesale cost. And same thing with your lessons. Again, if they're only coming a week, you're not charging for a full month. You're only calculating the week of the cost in there. And so it's really allows you to charge more because the value is there. Secondly, it's easier on the staff. It's easier on the kids because everybody in that group or everybody in your camp is all moving together. You don't have to worry about, okay, I've got 50 kids in the program, but 15 are going on a movie today, and I think 12 of them are going over here. Man, that just gets way confusing. And so for us, we have 3 different camps, but I got 3 different staffs with those camps. So each staff has their own camp. They've got their own responsibilities, their own field trip. We're not taking one camp and then putting multiple field trips in it on the same day and then have nots. The other thing is this. I told y'all yesterday, use this as a funnel system. Use summer camps to funnel everything else that you're doing. When you are doing have and have nots, the have nots are going to go home and talk to their parents, and they're going to be like, well, it really wasn't that much fun. While the kids that went on the field trip, oh, it was great. It was fantastic. And what we found is when we did a la carte systems years and years and years ago was that the majority of the parents would not spend the extra money, and only a few would. So the number of kids going home that said they had a good day was smaller than larger. That way, if everybody's going, everybody gets to do the same thing. They're all having the same shared experience. They're all really having a good time. They're going home sharing the same stories, which is important. A couple things that we do is that we look at and calculate all the field trip cost, the cost of our professional skills development, the cost of keeping kids for the whole day. Excuse me, I apologize. And then we also look at and we calculate all that together. And then what we do is that to sign up, there's a registration fee. The registration fee covers the cost of their camp shirt. It also gives us money to be able to buy equipment with for the summertime, because the kids are pretty harsh on equipment. No matter where you're at, no matter what's going on, the kids are harsh on equipment. The other thing we do is we do a non-refund. Our deposits are non-refundable, and our registration is non-refundable. Registration is non-refundable because if they sign up for camp, we're ordering a shirt, and I'm not going to lose money on that shirt. So, and we're ordering equipment. Second thing is that the deposits are used to pay for our field trip deposits up front. We've already booked all of our field trip deposits, so we've already laid that cash out. So we're recouping that money back into the coffers to make sure that we're not losing money on that. And so we tell them that their deposits and their registrations are non-refundable. We also require a 2-week cancellation notice on any weeks that they want to cancel, and we don't budge off of that. Now, I will do this. If I've got somebody gives me a notice and I have enough time to go to the waiting list to pull somebody, then we won't charge them for that week. The other person will take that week, but I don't refund the deposit. And so we'll just keep that part of it. We have 3 camps. We have our Camp Adventure, our Camp Insanity, and our Teen Extreme Camp. It's all inclusive. That means all the activities we do. The doors open at 7, pickup times by 6:30 Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. on Friday. And you can adjust this any way you want for you. And then it also includes all the activities and sports and games and all the stuff we do with them, all the team building skills we do with them. It includes their field trip, the daily field trip. They will pack lunch Monday through Thursday. We pack lunch on Fridays. We provide lunch on Fridays. We don't pack lunch. We provide lunch on Fridays, but it includes their martial arts lessons. We do academics during the summertime just to keep that academic rigor up, because with the last 2 years being the way it is, kids are already struggling. And so to not give them the help that they need now is only setting that farther back. We do STEM projects. We do creative building and strategy stations to give them things to do with their mind. We don't just let them sit on computers and phones. And that's a real big deal. So for our Camp Adventure, it's $254 a week. Our Camp Insanity is $274 a week. And then our Teen Extreme is $399 a week. And then all I did this year is I increased the field trip cost by $5 to offset the gas prices. And I'm hoping that they don't go up any farther than where they're at right now, so that we're not having to put a couple extra kids in camp to offset the cost of just the cost of goods and cost of operations. We have software programs and a website that we do everything through. I would highly recommend you do the same thing and have a follow-up system with it. Make sure that when they register, they're getting stuff back immediately from you. Registration forms, information about the camp, what to expect. And then also make sure that you're setting up your communication pieces, which we'll talk about another day, is setting up the communication piece. This communication piece that we have is really super important, ensuring that your families are on point every week at camp. It will increase the satisfaction rate of the parents, because if they know what to pack and they know what to do, then everything will be where it needs to be at for camp each week. If they're not doing that, then what's going to happen is that kid's going to show up without their bathing suit, and then they can't swim. And then all they're going to do is talk about going home and talking about how they couldn't swim that day and how bad camp was and it sucked and they hated it. And that's all the parent's going to hear. They're not going to hear about all the rest of the time they had fun with. They're only going to talk about that part. Let campers register on the phone and let them also register in person. Now, one thing that for our coaching clients, is we are setting up some online registration setups where a parent's going to fill out all of the stuff online, and it'll actually populate the registration forms for us that we can print, that we take with us in hard copies. So we have transportation and medical releases that we carry in every bus, in every vehicle, to make sure that we've got every contact. If anything ever happens, we don't expect it will, but I'd much rather prepare for the worst and have it set up than not have it and need it. So that's where we're at on that part of it. Inside of your software, I know you can probably assign tags. And so make sure that if you've got multiple camps running, assign their tags for that camp. You can even assign tags for each week. It all depends on where you want to do that. Try to get the camp paperwork back as fast as possible. Trying to process camp paperwork on the first day of camp of that week, whenever that child's coming in, man, it is so laborious and it's so distracting. So we have 2 open houses. We do one at the 1st of May and one near the end of May, that we want the parents to bring all the stuff in, and the kids get to come in and meet us. They know where they're going to be at. So it really reduces their stress when they're getting there, because they've already met us. They've already seen us. They've already seen the inside of the academy. They know where they're going to be playing at. And we do a full thing for the kids and for the adults when they come in. We do offer a sibling discount. It's up to you whether you do that or not. Each camp is different. And then this is kind of a recap. So one thing is that I posted on the different platforms that if you guys wanted to do the Backstage Pass, you can go right on either the Facebook page, the YouTube Live page, click on the link, and you can go right to the VIP section. It's only, I think I've got there we go right there. So it's only I think it's $95 or $97. And then, but you get a lot with it. You get 5 hours of additional coaching. You get all the notes and the slides from all the day's challenges. And then you get one post coaching call with my coaching group. And so it's only $95. It's probably worth about $2,000. But if you want to do that, just sign up there. And then do me a favor, DM me so I know that it comes through and I can check it and then send you the Zoom link on where we do that at. Just a reminder that on Friday, instead of starting at 9 in the morning, we'll be starting at 11. All right, guys. Hope you got a lot of great information today. This is Gary Schill. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we're talking about communication. We're talking about how to buy vehicles for pennies on the dollar and look at what transportation options you have. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do. So look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow and have a great and successful day. Bye.